everyone again. This is my last video for IDS 02. This is my interview video. I'll just be talking about what I learned from my two interview subjects. Mainly what I've learned is that everyone has a different view on what is easy when it comes to preparing family meals and what is inexpensive and what is healthy and what is delicious. And I think that it can all be added together and everything can be made to taste delicious. It's funny, I was listening to a friend of mine say that his doctor was, telling him he needs to start eating better and making the right food choices and lower his cholesterol and help out his hypertension. And he said, well, how do you know if it's good for you? And he said, if it tastes good, spit it out. If it tastes bad, then it's good for you. I don't think that's true, but a lot of people do. And my goal for this semester was to research, like, can foods really make a difference in your overall health? And are they, can healthy foods be reasonably priced, or can you stay within your budget, by purchasing more healthy foods? And what about time constraints? Would it cost more time? Would it take less time? That was my research, and I was completely surprised. I mean, I knew that eating better was supposed to be better for you and could reduce your risk of developing, hypertension and heart disease and type 2 diabetes and a plethora of other diseases. But I had no idea that just by a couple, 2, 3, 4 weeks of eating better could make such a difference in your cholesterol levels, your LDL, your HDL levels, and your overall general misdemeanor, that's the right word? Your attitude, how good you feel, and how well you do. Um, I actually went from being a B student to an A student. Of course, that might have had something to do with my son starting to sleep all night, but I'm gonna say it's because of healthy eating. It was amazing. My journey has just been incredible. I believe now more so than ever that making better food choices for me and my family is going to provide a better life for us. They say that happiness isn't, it doesn't cost money. You can't buy happiness. You can't buy it. Well, you can actually afford to buy a little bit of happiness. You eat more fruits and vegetables, and your mood actually boosts. It really does. And it makes you want to go for a walk in the afternoon after dinner. You're not so tired. You don't have to, fall into bed at the end of the day and just collapse. You want to spend time playing with your children and running and chasing them around the yard and hopping in the pool with them. And it's just wonderful. And plus, they really like cutting up the vegetables. They may not like eating them so much, but they like helping. And that's a step. Because, my son was funny because he told me, he said, Mom, can you make things healthier and where I don't know they're healthy? I said, well, let me see what I can do. So I started doing research and studying all these different ways of hiding food. You get potato flakes or sweet potato flakes, or you mash a sweet potato and you can use that to coat a chicken tender or breast or whatever, and then you can roll it in some panko. You bake it in the oven, and once you bake it, they think it's just a seasoning. They don't realize it's sweet potatoes. They don't like sweet potatoes. It doesn't taste like it because it tastes like the chicken now. There's just all kind of little tricks I learned, and I spoke to my friend Blake, and she's actual a dietitian, and she used to be a pediatric dietitian. And I've had to talk to her a lot about my son because for some reason he wasn't doing too well. He wasn't thriving on breast milk, and he was having a lot of gastric pain. I tried to eliminate everything I could, and we went from formula to formula, and he had terrible reactions and eczema and vomiting and all that. So we finally switched to goat's milk. He's 5 months old, so I was able to do that. But it took a while. It's been a long and heart-wrenching journey. My first two children I nursed exclusively for the first 18 months of life, and they did great. I didn't have any problems. So whenever I had Austin, my youngest, it was very hard on me to have to find another way. And now that we figured out that it's milk and soy, and then I'm able to, still nurse. But it took a while for me to get all that out of my system. And that's another thing I learned along my journey into this amazing field of study, that you never stop learning. You always have more and more you can take from. But when I asked Blake what she likes best about being a dietitian, she said that she touches so many people's lives. A lot of people don't realize that they can, they have the power to change their life, to change their health, to change their their attitude, their heart, their feelings, their emotions. They can make themselves happier. And it doesn't have to be from medicine. It can come from simple changes in your life, simple dietary changes and physical changes. So that was, a very eye-opening thing for me, because I was battling depression myself, just from my child not feeling well. It takes a lot out of you. So, and then I was earlier, I conducted Michelle's interview for myself, and there was a lot of questions that I would have asked too, just about school lunches, and what about the educational system, and the likes and dislikes. And I believe that she would say the same thing I do. There has to be a change. There needs to be a change for the better, starting today, in the school systems and household. And what I would like to see happen is for schools to actually start having classes free of charge, and to teach parents how they can make healthier meals, and make healthier choices and better choices for themselves and their children, to live longer, healthier, happier lives. We all have the power. We just need to harness it. And thank you for your time, and I really have enjoyed the semester, and I hope everyone has a great summer.